Welcome, dreamers. This is the Dream Stream of Consciousness podcast, and I am Yiskah Cook.
I am Elle Ronas.
Great to see you, Elle.
Thank you. Great to be seen and hear from
Yeah,
you as well.
our regular listeners might be aware that this is fewer and farer between.
Yeah, sorry,
Our,
I don't mean to be, yeah, I'm just trying to, there we go. I couldn't get our screens to match up, but here we are.
yes,
Um,
okay. Always
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Zoom.
It's been a while since right, we are fewer and farther between.
Farther between, yes. So, well, I had a dream, and one of the curses, it's not a curse, but one of the issues with being a dream worker is that I'm already like even in within the dream I'm already trying to make sense of it,
Yeah,
and not just in a way of we want to make like a alpha brain sense of what's happening, in the subconscious mind, but actually starting to do the dream work. So
asking yourself the questions, kind
yeah,
of. Yeah.
well, yeah, and then I don't want to look at it alone anymore because then I realized, oh, this is digging into like a deep. Um, but I thought that might take us interesting places.
Yeah, well, and the other thing about just as an education point is like we know, you and I know, that when you look at your own dreams, you're always going to look at them in the way you look at them,
Sure,
right? So it's really hard to get outside of it and look at it from a different perspective.
and that's what makes a dream group
That's exactly
so valuable.
right, right, exactly.
'Cause we all come from a bit of a different perspective.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I dreamed this actually on the solstice, which
Hmm.
I'm only realizing now, on the 21st, 3/21, 26. Okay, so I'm aware that I need to have completed an assignment. I'm like in a school. I'm going towards my diploma and something certificate. I'm not sure what, and I become aware that I need to have completed something from a couple of years ago that I never did, and then I'm worried, like, oh my gosh, what if they don't let me graduate? Right. It seems like a familiar dream to me.
On the surface, it seems pretty like clear, but
Like
okay, let's
dreamed
dig
that, been there, dreamed that. But
in.
oh, and then I write, I'm having I'm having this problem because I think it's going to affect me. And I didn't write effect me, like cause and effect. I wrote affect. And the difference is affect is more like, well, actually looked it up. Want me to read it to you? I'll read you.
I know the difference, but if you want to clarify.
Well, I just had to. I ask everything to the computer. Um, in psychology, the immediate outward expression of emotion, including, facial expressions, tone of voice, experience in your feeling sense. So that, as if I needed any more indication that this is important to me, that makes me realize, oh, this is a very important dream for me
Mhm,
to
mhm.
work through with you.
So can I just dig in?
Please,
Yeah, and I'm
please
not going to go in order with the questions because
do what you do, dream
what I'm
teacher.
curious, what I'm curious about is like right away is, well, what is it about the affect versus effect that is interesting to you about it? Like
Well,
starting the
effect,
dream.
yeah, that's a great question. And effect is like the cause and effect. So that seems like that's the more like natural phenomenon. You know what I
Mhm,
mean?
mhm.
No, I'm just playing jazz here when I was saying what I'm about to say to you.
We're riffing.
I'm just riffing. But affect is like a deeper thing. So it's not just this natural law. it's something, how, in a way, it's how it affects you inwardly, affect, right? I mean, and that seems to me more, well, they say themselves in the definition, it's a psychological term. So that seems to me like
I,
there's
I
deeper
think the
work.
affect is like bug on my screen. Affect, I think, is for me. It's I think it's more like an outward expression of something. Like when somebody has a certain kind of affect,
Yeah.
like oh, they're
Oh,
like
yes.
you know
Yeah.
some kind of a particular
Yeah. So
affect. Yeah,
that's
so
interesting.
it's something that's expressed from the inside out that is like almost like becomes like your persona or something.
Yeah. It's
So
interesting. So, um,
yeah.
yeah, what would you say the difference is?
Well, yeah, something, a cause and like something, an effect is like you do something and it creates
Yeah.
a symptom, let's say,
Yeah.
an effect,
Yeah.
cause and effect. Something happens and that creates this thing,
Yeah.
this feeling or this thing that you see.
Yes.
Affect feels, it does, affect feels more, I don't know.
Inner.
It is more of an inner expression of something.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. That's like the Freudian slips, but we also have to the spell Checkian slips,
Yeah,
There's
oh, exactly. Oh my God.
Oh
I do that sometimes. Sometimes I'll leave in a message to somebody, I'll leave all the typos, and
God.
they're so funny, some of them, but they are like interesting Freudian, like,
Exactly.
that works too, that word, or maybe that's what I really
And
meant.
when I've sent texts to a friend, I'm like, there's a lot of typos. I'm not editing. Just
Yeah,
catch my drift.
catch my
Catch my
drift.
drift? Did you catch my drift?
It's exhausting, right?
Editing is not happening right now. Okay.
Yeah. So, um, would you run through the dream again?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I'm at some kind of a school. I think it's a familiar hallway. This might be like my school dream hallway. When I find myself there, I find
Yes.
a lot of our dreamscapes are,
Similar. Yeah.
yeah,
Repetitive, I would say.
repetitive. Yeah. So, so I don't know if I'm looking through my curriculum or whatever things I need to have. I think I'm looking through like a book, I
Mhm.
think, and it tells you what you need to graduate. And I realized there was something I didn't do some years back,
Mhm.
and I didn't really think too much about it. And now it's going to affect me,
Mhm.
and I might not graduate. Affect me, AFFECT.
Kind of interesting. That is really interesting. It is actually interesting.
I think. I mean, I think nothing, but yeah.
Anyway, just off that for a second. So, um, I guess let's just go through the questions. What would you title this dream?
Spanish 101.
Okay, interesting. Did it feel like Spanish? Did it feel like a Spanish class?
Because I, okay, so when I was in middle school, I had my Spanish one, and my teacher, Mrs. Carrasco, and she's Castilian, she's from Barcelona, and she taught us, she was so beautiful, and she would wear like theater makeup, not like I'm not saying, I like dance, like maybe even flamenco. I didn't know. It was just crazy makeup, bright blue and like rouge, and she had long black hair. She was just young and beautiful, and so that was my first. And I did great. And then the next year, I was given a teacher who left on maternity leave, uh, and they didn't have a substitute teacher, so the basketball assistant coach was put in the classroom. and he didn't know Spanish.
Oh,
He was
wow.
learning it with us, and I'm like, you know what? F no. If he doesn't know Spanish, then I'm not going to learn Spanish from him. Yeah, I was like very indignant, and and so I didn't, and so um, I ended up having, and this is not just Spanish. There were a couple of other things in my high school curriculum that I kind of skirted my way out of, thinking at the time how clever I am, only realizing later, well, that only hurts you that you don't know physics, right? And so, it would be good to know chemistry. This is doesn't hurt Ellen. It's not hurting
Right. Right. Totally.
Mrs. Miraculous, whatever. And so, for instance, I stopped Spanish after Spanish 2 because I didn't know enough to go on to Spanish 3, and so that was not meeting my language requirement. And then I stopped. I never took calculus. I stopped at like algebra 2 and biology or something. Just wasn't drawn to science and maths.
So
Um,
does this dream feel like that? Does it feel
yes, this dream
yeah,
feels like it's knocking on my door.
like something like you're like
Excuse
is
me.
that sense of indignation like there in the dream, or was it just more like
The theme, it was more the theme.
theme, and it doesn't matter that it was Spanish or not or any other subject? It was
Well, and I'll say why the Spanish is a significant one because I can directly trace the path that created a roadblock for me in my life. Now, we all have a different trajectory in our lives, but having not fulfilled my language requirement, so my freshman year, I went to Syracuse University, and they put me in Spanish. I guess it was 101, 5 days a week at 8:30 in the morning. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm from New Jersey, and I was not going to be rising at 8 to get to my class at 8:30. That was not happening. That was not happening. Instead, I was like turning myself invisible, hiding under my covers, not to go outside in the freshman dorm fire drills that were relentless, because I was too wasted. That was, and I'm not saying, I'm not, I know I'm saying this with levity. I'm laughing at myself because, again, you know, I mean, I don't drink much at all anymore. So, not that I have to say that to you, but then because of that, I failed out. And see, here was the thing: I was kind of dumb, and I just assumed if you don't show up at the class, you're going to get it incomplete. That's not the way it went. You had to withdraw by a certain date to get your incomplete. If you just don't show up, you're just going to get an F. A
yeah.
big fat effing F. So, because of that, well, and shortly after that, I dropped out of college. And, but I know that created the roadblock.
Mhm.
But I think that's also interesting in the course of my life because academia was kind of blocked off to me. But I've been like a lifelong learner, as I see in you. And spiritual retreats and um, everything from relationships to, of course, dream work to you name it, walking the labyrinth, whatever it is. So, because of that problem, as I call it in my dream, I'm not going to be able to go further on that path. And so, because of that, it's like the Robert Frost, I took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. But again, I can also see how that could have hurt me
Yeah.
a lot. I would have been really interested in, if I had all my ducks in a row in studying astronomy. Or like there were other things that really interested me and I wasn't eligible. That's a tough nut to crack, you know?
Mhm.
It's like Snoopy, no dogs allowed. Do you remember
A
that?
hard pill to swallow. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But
So
but it is through fault of my. I can't say through no fault of my own. Fault of my own.
yes, exactly. We do things, and then they have consequences, and then especially when we're young and dumb, we don't know,
That's right.
we don't know, and then we see what the consequences are, and everyone has some kind of version of that. So
Right.
hard on myself about it, but I am curious, like just getting back to the dream, like where, um, is there something in your life now? Is there some place where you feel like, there's something missing? It's probably not that,
That's
right? Because you're not
that's
going to,
really a good question.
but and it maybe isn't calculus or physics or Spanish, whatever.
Right.
Like maybe there's something that you actually,
No, when you say that, I flash right on what I think this is. So I think you're aware I'm working on this writing project, but mostly I'm working on it in my head.
uh-huh,
It's quite good in my head. Less so when I get it onto paper or whatever. I don't want to qualify it at this moment, but I felt so much relief the other day because I was like, so I just had a birthday. I am 56. And all of a sudden I was like telling my friend Shauna, I was like, I could live another, 30, 40 years. I have time. I don't have to write right now. And my friend Shauna was like, oh, like, had I been on the receiving end of that exuberant realization, I would have been like, you might want to do it sooner than later and then regret not having ever done it
hmm
is my thought.
hmm
So I feel like that probably connects with this dream.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool, like, kind of wake up call in a
Yeah.
way. Like maybe there's something you could do to make this thing manifest. Maybe that's the
Yeah.
class you need to take, quote unquote.
Yeah. I will do that. Thank you. Yeah, I thought, if I'm only held accountable to myself, I thought, I'm like, I'm such a free love person, like, yeah, it's fine. You don't have to write it right now. But but then, this realization, like, okay, you gotta write it.
Yeah.
So here's what I did. I wanted to make myself more accountable. So I made like a uh, little promise, pinky promise or whatever, to myself between like me and God. I don't have any problem with the word God, but to me, that meant like my spiritual, not my creative zenith, like, um, is what I was doing. And then I hadn't done it. And I'm like, oh my God, do I have no commitment to my spiritual becoming? And then, but then I was like, okay, I got to do it. So then I did do it. And I've been doing it every day since. So I'm
Like,
glad.
what
A
have you?
big G is holding me accountable.
So are you actually writing every day? You actually,
Here's what I'm doing. I'm writing things that, ever a poet, I'm writing things that are interesting to me.
right?
For instance,
Yeah.
endless vastness,
Mm, mm,
like things like this. Um, and other things. And some of it's like found poetry, like when you hear things and you like the sound of it, or you find something on the street and it reads really interestingly. So some of it would be like found poetry, but I would use it in a unique way, somehow. But so, I mean, that's good, but that kind of should tell me something, right? That I have this commitment, I want to write. And then what am I doing? I'm just writing poetry. So maybe I'm just a poet and not an author.
maybe, but a poet is an author.
Right.
I
I
think so.
think so, yeah. Anna could be published. I published in different,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, you are who you are, right? So, I mean,
So maybe I'm not gonna sit down and write. And I'm
well,
not looking to write the next American best-selling novel. No, no, I'm not looking at that.
right,
I'm
you're
looking
not
at
that
more of
kind of
like,
artist. Yeah, you are a poet.
my
Right,
journey
exactly. And
with
so
the
how,
MS and dream work
mhm,
and
yeah,
yeah,
the intersection of all the like pieces of your life in a
yeah,
way. Your
weaving it
poetry.
all together somehow.
I mean,
Yeah,
you tell your story through poetry.
yeah. Oh,
Little,
oh,
little snippets of experience.
oh my goodness, Ellen.
Poem.
Thank you.
Welcome. I've thought about that for myself as well.
All
Because
right.
there's no way I'm writing a novel either, or I mean, kind of a memoir, but it's like,
Oh, you should see how sweet. I can't show you because my cat Ocelot is leaning into my plant. Elena is her name.
oh,
Elena. And so Ossie and Ellie are hanging out. My kitty and my plant. They're so cute.
good.
So, yeah, thank you so much. I mean, it's true. A friend of mine was saying, well, a friend was suggesting the idea of like maybe little vignettes, instead of like this whole huge project. And I like that idea, but I like this even better. I'm drawn to the poetry. I want to keep writing poetry. I've been writing poetry for, since I was a teenager or even younger. No, actually, I was not a teenager. I was in grammar school. Do you know my first poem? I think I was in second grade. My first poem is called Sometimes I'd Rather Be Alone. Sometimes I'd rather be alone. Sometimes I feel sad and grumpy, and sometimes I feel kind of mad. And when I'm with other people, sometimes I feel kind of bad, and I would rather be alone.
You got, you're a true poet through and through.
Through and through. So, I love that. Well, I'd love to work with you, while if we work on this parallelly, in tandem, you know.
Oh, yeah, I'm not in any way, shape, and form.
You don't want a writing buddy.
I,
Okay.
I wouldn't mind writing, just writing, like to
Yeah, I would love that.
yeah, like a yeah. In fact, I've been sort of wanting that, like a regular writing thing.
I
Like,
would love that.
oh, come and write, and we share our writings, like not about criticism or
Nope.
critique, just sharing, and that's it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and the writing isn't about anything, or isn't for anything or about anything.
Right, right. It
Right.
sort of sounds like the morning pages.
Exactly. I mean, it could be a poem, it could be how you feel, it could be the story of something that happened or a dream, whatever.
Or you could even say, I really don't know what to write right now, but I'll just keep writing. Sorry, hun. So, well, thank
Anything
you.
else that you want to know about the dream?
Yeah. Well, I feel like what I discovered from the dream is at first I was like, oh, I don't even want to look at that. That's like a great shame of not a shame, not a whatever. I never told anyone that I failed Spanish in college. Not that But here's what I have to say: I'm learning Spanish now, and I've been learning it for 2 años. Y el ting biblioteca uh,
DNA?
has tiene uh, conversación junta
Mm-hmm.
español.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So, oh, okay. That is so awesome. Because I guess it has been a real shame of mine. Also because I was so stupid I didn't know. Not to bash my 18-year-old
None
self.
of us knew any of that shit. I mean,
Yeah,
and most of our parents were kind of like persona non grata. They didn't
yeah.
like guide us through all the way to do things and stuff.
No, we're Gen X, man.
I'm a boomer.
You're a boomer. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean so anyway, we had to figure it out and then
It's true.
we didn't and we made mistakes and
Yeah.
we
So, but I just feel real. All of a sudden, I got so happy because I realized that. Because first, I was like feeling bad and ashamed, like, oh, I'd never told anyone this. I mean, I don't think I ever did. I might have. I don't think I ever did. You and our, 700 friends. So, but how amazing that I'm doing it now at 56, something I didn't do as a teenager, but I'm doing it now and I love it. And I love it. And I'm going to be having a speaking, and then I'm going to start traveling.
there you go.
So,
Great.
yeah, I want to go to Oaxaca with you, girl.
Yeah, if I could go back, I definitely would go back. I really
Yeah,
would.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
thank you. That was really helpful in so many different ways.
Good.
Because
Good.
I can forgive myself. And I can say, and that's what I felt about having children also, like, you always hear in movies, oh, the biological clock is ticking. But I
Mhm.
had love when I was, a month before I turned 40. I feel like we don't have to freak out. Life is unfolding,
Absolutely.
continuously
Absolutely.
unfolding.
That's one of the things that as an older than you person,
Yeah,
that, you know, I finally like for the most part have let go of this kind of striving energy.
yes.
Like, I've got to figure it out. I got to figure out I mean, I,
Oh,
I would like to figure something out for my next, third act, quote unquote, which I absolutely hate that term, but whatever.
it's better than over the hill.
Well, right, whatever. Just the
I
next
love it. Third
what am
act.
I doing? What am I? And I,
I
I
love
just,
that.
I just don't know. So I can't. I've tried to figure it out.
Hey, you're in the intermission.
Okay. I mean whatever it is.
No, but that's amazing, Ellen. How did you like let go of that
I
striving?
just couldn't do it anymore. I was
Yeah,
exhausting myself. I was making myself feel very stressed out, taking all the classes and trying,
yeah, yes.
trying
Yeah,
to.
you won COVID. I remember I kept saying that to you because you were taking all the classes.
What?
Oh, I was just saying you were taking all the classes. That was during COVID. Because I kept saying to you, you won COVID because you were taking a lot of online
Yeah, it
classes.
was, I was actually after that, but yes.
Oh, okay.
And I was doing. It's been for a couple of years that I've been,
Yeah, yes,
and it's like I did a lot. I learned a lot. I
yeah,
learned how to, but I really hated it. I was miserable, and I was like, and I'm doing like the cart before the horse. I'm doing the how to
me too.
before the what and the
Yeah,
why. So
yes,
it's like I can't know that from that intellectual place. Like I just had to stop,
yeah,
realize like my life is okay right now. I have work, I have income,
yes,
friends, I have a great place to live, I have great neighbors, I have
yes.
good stuff. Right now, this moment,
Wonderful.
the
Yes,
presence of this moment is
yes.
all I have, and it's good. And
So
from that, I
grateful. So
trust from
grateful for what we have.
yeah, I trust from that place
Yes.
that I'll eventually get a spark. There'll be a spark. There'll be
Yeah.
I'm going to follow that little spark.
Yeah, I love it.
Other than that, it's like it's all intellectual. It's like, well, I could be doing
Sure.
this, I could be doing that. I could be teaching writing. I could.
I would say mine is like not quite intellectual because it's also very like imaginative, but it's all in my head.
Yeah,
It's not in the world. I
yeah.
mean, some of it is. I write, so I write. I've written a lot. I just haven't. Maybe I'll just take all my writing, throw it at AI, and say, make something of this. you
You
know.
absolutely could. And
Oh my God, could you imagine?
no, people you could, and people do. I know people, but what you do. AI is amazing. We can't. I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, we can get into a whole conversation. I know there's lots of pros and cons.
Ups and downs, and
But it's pretty awesome like that. Like
I
it'll edit
agree.
things, and then you get to say, no, that doesn't sound like my voice.
That's
Take
right.
that word out. move those words, and the more you give it, the more it starts to sound like what you actually
Love
want.
it.
And you can say, can you put this in an order that makes sense for a novella or a,
I love it.
which
Love
is
it.
unbelievable. And I haven't even really used it. I just play around, and so I know you can do
If
it.
you know some things about it and like the writing process, I'd love to talk about that later.
Yeah,
We have
sure.
no sponsor, so we're not going to give you free press, free
Nope,
pod.
sorry. I'm not, yeah.
So,
What
let-
AI on you.
so, and I feel remiss if I don't ask you how your dream life is.
Well, interestingly, I did have a dream this morning. I don't know if we have time to do it, but
Can we hear it? And then,
yeah,
yeah.
sure. Yeah, it was, and I haven't been dreaming so much. I haven't been remembering. I'm not sleeping. I'm sleeping in a kind of weird way. I don't know, lately for some reason. Um, so the dream was that I'm at some kind of a beach vacation type of a place, and the beach is this kind of long, narrow strip of beach, and it sort of connects one part of like the one part of this kind of, what would you call it? What did I call it?
Like a
Um,
pier?
um, like a retreat center.
Oh,
And
okay.
the other part was where the event was happening, and it seemed like it might have been like a wedding of a friend or something. And
Okay.
so we all had to get from this one place to the place where the wedding was being held, and um, there was some kind of a kerfuffle about, like, again, this is a very common theme for me. I couldn't find my stuff, my
Sure.
quote stuff,
Yeah, I know.
and like so freaking out, and like we have to get there, and some guy, this really cute, nice guy, like he's kind of totally with me. He's like, it's all right, we'll find it, and then I like start to cry, and he hugs me, and
Oh,
it's okay, whatever. He's like, just let them go. He was just being really like kind to me,
yeah,
and I don't
feel
really
that.
know who he was. He doesn't strike me as anybody that I know in waking life, and so or in the dream, he was just a guest at this event. So anyway, so we go down the beach, and I'm pointing all these. It's a very unusual landscape somehow with all these rocks and stuff, and I'm pointing out all this beautiful stuff on the beach, and then we finally get to this thing, and all I remember, let me just go through this. Oh, we take a bus. We have to take a bus somehow, somewhere in this dream. I don't know the sequence, but there's a bus, and we're running late, so we've got to take that bus, and so we take a bus, and then we end up walking down the beach for whatever that's worth. Um, and we get to the place, and then when I woke up from the dream, we had just been kissing, this guy and I don't
Uh,
know why, but it was like this beautiful, like tender, sensual kiss,
the porter.
which was very sweet.
Oh, and the porter. No, just
And
kidding.
he reminded me of, actually, in that moment, he reminded me of this guy that I dance with sometimes, and by
Oh,
very young guy we have such a dance vibe.
yeah.
Love dancing with each other. We find each other, it's like we just have this very similar kind of energy, and
Yes.
he's young. He's probably in his 20s or something. I don't know. Maybe,
Perfect. I
maybe,
love that.
yeah. He sort of reminded me of that in the dream. So yeah, it felt unusual. I mean, except for the thing about my couldn't find my stuff, which is a very common
Do you
theme.
know do you remember how you felt when you woke up?
Oh, it was like delicious. Because I
Yeah,
was
okay,
thinking,
good.
like, oh my
So
God, this guy
if it were
really
my dream,
wasn't like, it was sexy, but it was more just like sensual.
yeah, you said sensual, not sexual. If this was my dream, I would feel like I just got like a hug from the universe. Again, me and the
Yeah,
universe.
I got like, I
Me
know
and
when
the universe like this.
I do sometimes feel like it's a gift, to have dreams like that,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
experiences that we're not having in our daily life that we would like to have, and we get them in our dreams. It does actually feel like
It
it
absolutely feels
happened.
like it.
Yeah, it actually feels like it happened. It also feels like it could happen. Like, there's not with that guy.
Yeah, sure.
Well, who knows?
With the
But
yes, with that guy. Sounds like you guys got the chemistry.
I'm pretty sure he's gay, but
Oh,
I don't
some of
know.
the prettiest boys
It
are.
doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is like that it could be possible with someone.
Okay.
that
That's
that that,
exciting. Yeah. And that's a
that
Robert
part
Moss.
of me gets a little bit lit up. Like, oh
That,
yeah,
yeah.
like
That's a
maybe.
Robert Moss question. Not only, does this remind you of anything, but could anything happen from this? Could this be
Yeah,
precognizant or like
yeah.
foretelling? But that's awesome. I
Maybe.
know. Here we are. I know. It's like I get that because there is that. I don't know. I guess because we're human, we have a need to like mate with someone, or like find your group. Like we need each. I think we're herd animals.
Totally tribes people
Yeah,
for
we're
sure. Yeah.
tribes people.
And I think because of what's going on in the world, that we're all, I think many of us are really feeling the need to be more human, to get you to a human connection, and to
Yes,
remember our humanity through our loving connections with one another and our neighbors and our friends,
beautiful.
whoever else we do stuff with. That's where my friends and I are all talking about that. That
Yes, yes.
we need each other
We
more.
need each other. We
Yeah.
do.
And I
We
think we
do.
always do, but when
Yeah.
everything's kind of okay, we're just whatever, we're in our own world. But when
Yeah.
things are just like,
There's
oh,
that feeling here, in New Paltz as well. It's like, well, we
yes,
gotta
oh yeah,
just
I know.
stick
When I lived,
together.
that was my best. I mean, when I lived in New Paltz, that was like the best community ever. I've
Mm,
never had anything like that before,
mm.
since, whatever. That there was just, I don't know what it is about that area or those
Yeah, it feels
people.
good. Feels good.
Always
Yeah.
had community even before all this craziness. This years ago, so many years ago. Like there was, it
Yeah,
was,
I mean, New Paltz, the spiritual history of the Upper Hudson Valley or the Middle Hudson Valley is large.
yeah.
There's a whole, Swedenborgian like history that I won't be able to say because I don't know it to say it, but it's impressive. Take my word for it.
What does that have to do with what we were talking about?
um, we're just
Com-
talking about how
Community?
community.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't really. I'm just
Oh,
talking
okay.
about New Paltz. But yes, we should let the good people who have joined us um, go. I just had one more projection, if I may, on that dream, Al. And that's if it's my dream, I'm feeling so good that there's this like young male part of myself. So to me, it's like my, animus. It's my or a younger version of myself and masculine energy. So that's a guy who like can get up and do, and he can dance. Or this person that I know, and I just feel like that's rising up in me. If this is my dream, and I'm so excited to see where it will lead me.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That was cool. It was cool to know that there's that possibility. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, thanks. Thanks for that.
So, um, can you stay on, Elle?
Yeah.
And I'll say to our listeners, thank you for joining us, and we wish you sweet dreams. Holomod Mitukim.